American flag. Honey.
Our Media Network.
Welcome to the SHR Media Network, Beer and Bullstein. I am your host, Lyle Armstrong. We are also being hopefully simulcasted on the KLRN radio. Welcome aboard this Saturday afternoon or evening time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. It is a beautiful but cold day here in the Northeast. I hope everybody's doing well. We have a nice show built up for you already. Just getting everything all squared away. So, getting right into it. The founders of the feast, as it were. SHR Media does have a web page I would like to show you real quick that you can actually go and see a whole bunch of stuff. Write-ups on different things that are happening all the time, like the Chicago Abolish ICE Snowplow Fiasco Sparks Backlash, written by our own Big E Earl Jackson. That is up there. That is actually pretty new. That came out March 28th, which is, today. So you could go there and read it for yourself. Another part of our shop here is the SHR Media Shop, which you can see this little guy right over here to the upper right. That's kind of currently my favorite, and I'm a little biased on that one. Does make you look sexy, makes you smarter, definitely slimmer. Climb up. Got to keep my co-host in check. But it definitely makes you slimmer and all that stuff. And the best thing about the mug is, according to BZ Saloon, this thing can survive re-entry. So it is a very durable product. Debuting again tonight, due to popular request, is the Cartier Cam, who is currently chewing on her ostrich femur. So she'll be joining us. My co-host is always my service dog Cartier, who has been basically within 6 feet of me for the past 2 years now. So this is actually a pretty good thing we got going here. She'll be here with me, and I'm just going to leave her up because that's just kind of what we do around here. So getting right into it, I do want to bring attention, a nice somber moment, to my favorite principal, Principal Strickland. James Tolkan, the man who starred as Mr. Strickland in Back to the Future, he died at 94 years old. Thank God, 94 years old, that he had such a nice long life, But from what everybody is saying, he was one of the nicest men that they ever met, even though he went around calling everyone slackers. you know, my formative years were pretty much based around 1985 and and the Back to the Future movies. So this is a sad day for me to see that man go. BZ is in the house. BZ is in the house. Now, the next thing I'd like to get to, I cannot confirm the authenticity of the video. However, if it is true, this is one of those holy shit moments. Hello, Joe. Everybody grab your adult beverage. Tonight, my libation of choice is a nice brown ale. If you ever seen one of those old-timey 19 or 1800s British things, and give me a pint of bitter. That's what this is here. He may not have been sick, Pat. He was 94. That's kind of one of those things when you get up there in age. And there was Wolfie across the Cartier cam. That's right, Cartier. Do you want to say hi? No? Okay. She doesn't care right now. We'll get to it. But like I said, I cannot confirm the authenticity of this next video. But if it is true, this is kind of one of those holy crap moments. But according to a post, yes, she is on camera. This is the Cartier cam. This is what you get for showing up late. I already discussed this, BZ. I'm just saying. But if the anti-regime fighters ambushed several IRGC vehicles in Nushabad, Afghan province, or Isfahan province, and killed the forces inside. Now, I cannot, again, I can't say that this is true or not. I cannot say that this is, you know, the authenticity of this video. But I'll let you decide for yourself. Let that run one more time through. Climb up. What do you guys think? Is that real? AI? I'm kind of tending toward that this is real, mainly just because of the pixelated fashion of the video itself, the sound of the rapport of the weapons, as well as the reaction of, say, like that guy right here on the back. I don't know if you could see that moving of the vehicle. You can also hear the ting, 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 ting of that cheap metal Toyota being peppered with bullets. I think that the driver was hit first. I would like to know, though, because the guy who's filming, what the hell he's pointing at right now down that street. He takes like 2 shots down the street. Just, I don't know what the hell he was aiming at, but whatever. It's hard to recreate that audio, absolutely. It is absolutely hard to recreate that audio. But if this is real, this is proof that, you know, that the regime forces are trying to change, or the anti-regime forces are trying to change the regimes. Let's see. Diddy oiled me up so you could be next. Well, call me bacon. All right. Yes, my dog is named after the diamonds. She was found in the desert outside of Dallas, so diamond in the rough, kind of a nice little thing. Which leads me to my next thing. The Iranians have been kind of the kings of the drone warfare, so to speak, lately. And another one that has actually come here. This was actually in March, between March 19th and March 15th, around Barksdale, Air Force Base. That obviously is a F-117B. However, they are stationed there as well as the B-2 bombers, B-1 and B-52 aircraft are also stationed there. These are our nuclear forces. As you can, well, you probably can't read it. However, between March 9th and 15th, drawing no publicity, known effective response from the military or the Department of Homeland Security, swarms of unidentified drones repeatedly loitered over Barksdale Air Force Base. That's head of the Air Force's Global Strike Command, which is responsible for the nation's nuclear, intercontinental ballistic missiles and strategic bomber forces, including the aircraft I already talked about. Basically, at that point, it's not too hard. I'll put that back up because it's cool to look at. It's not too hard to outfit a drone with, explosives. I mean, look at Amazon and Walmart right now. They're doing it with, your package, and they're dropping it off to your house. So it's kind of one of those things that, now we're dealing with swarms, and now we're talking AI if it's swarms. See, you saw what I did there. Cartier and Barksdale Air Force Base. Not as smart as and dumb I think I am. Anyway. So, but talking about smart drones, we kind of have our own. The U.S. is actually putting in our own deployed robot speedboats into the Gulf right now. And I'm going to show you a video right now.
If I had to describe somebody, I'd call it a robot that's capable of almost anything.
They're built like tanks. They do whatever you push them to do. If you point them at something, that's where they're going. Not much going to stop them.
They have a lot of power out through the wave. They take a good chop. It's just mean machine.
They're fast, they're nimble, they're good at evading. They're really durable. It's hard to take them out, so it's really not an easy target. I'd be hard-pressed to figure out what I would want to try and eliminate these with as an adversary. The GARC is a global autonomous reconnaissance craft. The GARC's like a jet ski. It's got very tight handling. It can go, go, go. We don't have much in the way of range limitations, and our top speed is 40 knots. We've got a working radar, we've got a working flare, so we can see at night, can track objects at a distance, and when those different modes of perception work together, it can pick out all sorts of things on the water. Black Sea is a collection of individuals who are really committed to pushing the edge of science and technology, and we've got drone boats. We're operating them on the water all the time. We just get out there regardless of what the weather is, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We're cranking out about 32 of these a month. We have lots and lots of boats here. They're all over the place. So when we want to go out and take some boats for testing at volume, we can pull 8 boats, 16 boats out of our yard, put them on the water, and run them.
I've worked on boats my whole life, worked in marinas and worked in other things, but I never felt like I had a purpose per se, but working here, I feel like I'm actually doing something that matters. I'm doing something for my country. So yeah, I'm very proud to work for this company.
Not to do a commercial for Black Sea, however, pretty darn neat technology there. Now imagine putting a nice, machine gun, AT-4, loaded up with explosives, if they're as autonomous or, as they say they are and can do whatever, then yeah, I mean, that's a thing to go. Echo, echo, echo. I like the war, but actively hope Iran wins. Oh, okay, yeah. That's actually a good thing right there. And Stuart, I'm going to put that right there. Stuart, I got something for everybody there. Stuart says, does anyone in the chat think Iran could win a war with the United States? Seriously, we know you don't like the war, but to actively hope Iran wins, you're a communist traitor in my book. I absolutely agree. And, Stuart, you're in luck. I have a call-in number for people just such as that. 4 people who just want to add to the program. So the phone lines are open. Let me make sure they're open. Yes, they're open. So, if you feel free, 202-503-2271, and give you a call, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind or what we're actually talking about right here. Cartier looks like she is about tuckered out, don't you? Do you want to say hi? Sit. Get up. No. Climb up. Sit. Say hi. Say hi. 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 You're not going to do it? You're not going to do it now? What's going on? Say hi. No. Sit. Say hi. Hi. There you go. Good girl. Say hi. Yes. Now you know what Daddy wants. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Absolutely. So she just like some ladies in my life, she listens every once in a while. But getting on to that, drone warfare has been around for a while. It's just now that our enemies have kind of caught up, kind of stolen a lot of our designs, and try to take it and use it against us. Because it is Saturday night, and I'm interested, and I would really like to know, what are you guys drinking in the chat? I would just like to know. Mine is a brown ale or a pint of bitter. Let's see. Moving on. Trump is now claiming that Iran's military leadership is neutralized completely. Now they're 100% dead. They have 22 mine droppers. The mine droppers, 22 all are gone. So I guess that's going to drop mines, but they're going to have to take them out by a rowboat. Basically, he says their leaders are dead. Their supreme leader is no longer supreme. He's dead. His son is either dead or in very bad shape because no one's heard from him. I think he says, just keep me out of this. This is the only country where nobody wants to lead. There's nobody who would like to lead Iran. Please raise your hand, a big audience, to say who would like to be our leader. Dead salary, nobody wants to. Dead salary. I like that. So yes, we are winning. Yes. Hey, Phantom, how are you doing? Vodka. Chuck Norris could get women to calm down with only telling them to do it once. And before we get into that, you guys see this one? Yemen's Houthis launch missile attack on Israel as the war with Iran intensifies. Now, what's that mean? That means they have elected to receive, in my book. At that point, they're basically getting involved with something they probably should have stayed out of. Now, that being said, if the Saudis are already pumping oil down through the Straits of Dawn instead of through the Straits of Hormuz, you know, the Houthis are down there in the Straits of Adam and could probably cause a little bit of problems. Now, if we have a two-front war between those two straits, that could cause an issue strategically, especially for oil reserves. But I don't think it's going to be lasting too long because the Houthis don't. If the Houthis are like Iran light, and they're not even very well funded. And in fact, in the picture up there, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, there is a vehicle, and I think that might be the only one they have left. So keep that in mind. You asked for it, Yemen. So with that, I am actually going to take a slight break. Remember, the phone lines are open at 202-503-2271. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Cartier would absolutely love it. See, look at her. Hit the like and subscribe button for Cartier. She's so sad. She needs a like and subscribe. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to do it. I'm not, it's absolutely shameless. I'm not above it. Be right back.
Come listen to BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show. Live on select and exclusive Tuesday and Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Rumble channel, SHR Media YouTube channel, X, Twitch, Spreaker, and wherever great conservative podcasts are found. BZ, your conservative Sherpa, guides you through the maelstrom of Democrat, leftist, and globalist lies, chaos, deceit, and betrayal. Raised as a free-range child with dirt, stains, mud, and freedom, BZ broadcasts from North Idaho, comfortably surrounded by actual normal people. Jump into our plush, sumptuous, palatial, and resplendent chat room on rumble.com. Click on live chat to join. Now, with 37% more umbrage and 19% more bulbosity than previous shows, featuring delicious Liberty additives for the best in late-night conservatarian talk radio. BZ reminds you that with great beard comes great responsibility. No chinchillas were harmed, embarrassed, fat-shamed, or the focus of any sarcasm whatsoever in the making of this ad.
Hey, where do you go when you want real conversation and topics? That's right, you step to the edge. The Edge of Liberty is your home for talk radio the way it was meant to be. I'll be live every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network, and we're simulcast on KLRN Radio. We're building something different, Aaron. We just want you to be a part of it. I'll see you on the edge.
Are you looking for a way to boldly express your faith and love for your country? And check out Seven Armors, the premier apparel company for patriotic men of God, where faith meets freedom in style. Our t-shirts are more than just clothing, they're statements. Bold, stylish, and meaningful. From timeless messages to modern designs, we've got something for every patriotic man of God. Wear your beliefs proudly with Seven Armors gear. Don't miss the chance to wear your faith and freedom on your sleeve. Visit 7armors.com today and join the movement. That's the number 7armors.com.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Conservatives do our part. We do our part to do everything wicked pisser. Everything's wicked piss. It's like totally wicked dark down here. It's up here in the Northeast where we park the car in Harvard Yard and find our keys, you freaking retards. All right. We're going to eat ourselves a Pop-Tart. I love Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are delicious. There's my doggy, yeah. Her name's Cartier. Cartier, like the diamonds. Diamonds and disc. Like Cartier, say hi. No. You're just trying to get out. Sit up. Sit up. Up. Climb up. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Now she's like, this is beneath me. Say hi. There you go. Say hi again. Hi. Cartier. Bang. Oh, that's not bang. Bang. Now you're embarrassing me. She's like, I have no idea what you're trying to get me to do, old man. Oh, man, you Pop-Tart. Ah. It would be more fun if she was, there was treats involved, I'm sure. At least for her. So, the Houthis got involved. The Houthis are going to get involved. And what are we going to do? Oh my God, what are we going to do about the Houthis? Oh my God, we're so scared. The Houthis. It's the Houthis. They're so criminal. Oh, they're so stingy. Come on, Dad, bring out the treats. I should do this like Rickroll from the Jerky Boys for the rest of this, But no, I get stuck in voices every once in a while. Once I talked like Christopher Walken for a week. It was very bad. But if you can listen to the Washington Compost. Oops, wrong one. There we go. The Washington Compost says, we've used hundreds of Tomahawk missiles on Iran, alarming some at the Pentagon. More than 850 have been fired in just 4 weeks. People familiar with the matter said, raising concerns about the weapon's limited supply. Oh my God, will you think of the Tomahawks? Please. Will someone think of the Tomahawks? The Tomahawk missile. Oh my God, no. 850 out of over 3,800 missiles. Let's see if I can still do my math. That's about 3,000 left. Okay. Yes, they cost about $4 million a piece. Yes, it takes about 2 years to make a missile. Yes. Do you think that Raytheon stopped making them? I think of the Tomahawks before I think of the children, but that's just me. Me too, because I picked up a whole bunch of Tomahawk trash back at the beginning of the Iraq War. Those things were fun. Basically, the Washington Compost and their fear-mongering here trying to say, oh my God, climb up. She's getting out of position. Stay on your mark, sweetheart. We're almost done. They're trying to sit there and say, they're trying to do the whole we're going to run out of stuff to throw at them, as if the Tomahawk missile is the only thing we have. We have a holy Christ, large arsenal of numerous gadgets and gadgetry of, I don't know how you put it, death, hate, and discontent, just waiting to be rained down upon the foreheads of our enemies. We have artillery that can fire over countries. You know, we don't need the Tomahawk missile, so to speak, you know, for everything. Okay, if you want to do a hardened target, sure, that's fine. We also have bombs for that can be dropped from airplanes. We also have the AGM-130, which is a 2,000-pound. It's actually bigger than the Tomahawk. The AGM-130, an air-ground missile, could be fired from over 300 miles away. Launched in, lobbed in there, pinpoint precision, put it right through your freaking sunroof of your car. You know, granted they use it for bunkers, but you know, you get my point. The Washington Compost's alarmists out there, oh my God, we're going to be out. Oh my God, we're going to lose this war. These are the people that basically line up to chant America last or death to America first. You know, there's another one, 3.6 million a piece, 2 years to build. You know, last year's budget only included 57 of them. Well, last time I checked, that's 57 freaking targets. That's still pretty damn good. There are a number of things going on here. By the way, the phone lines are open, 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of the program, or if you think I'm just pulling shit out of my ass, whatever you want. You can argue with me, agree with me. You can not agree with me. You want to talk about something else? We can talk about something else. It's all good. This is a free, it doesn't work for Friday, free call Friday, but what do we call it? Suppose we'll talk about anything Saturday, you know, that type of deal. The Millennium Falcon does comfort her. So does Jabba's sail barge underneath her. But where are we at? Yes, something near and dear to my heart, the Secret Service. Now, something a little bit about me. I have done over 700 Secret Service support missions through the military. The military, or the Secret Service, does not have a bomb squad. So they go to the military to contract what's called EOD support, or explosive ordnance disposal support, and I become their bomb squad for whatever mission they need. And now my job usually is find or function any type of device that might, you know, threaten the protectee or the event the protectee is going to go to, or anything like that. Now, most times you kept your mouth shut and you just did your job, you know, whatever, you know, whoever you were protecting, didn't matter. You just did it anyway. But you could kind of tell who was liked and who was not liked. Bill Clinton, you could not. I was pretty much almost fired by that administration, mainly because I refused to bus a table when I was doing a search. So I offered to get a busboy, but apparently that wasn't good enough for somebody who's, you know, I won't name names, but her initials are Hillary Clinton, when she told me to do it, and I referred her to my lead agent. But so when I got back to the base, I was waiting for a letter of reprimand from the Brigadier General of the base, the Wing King himself, of which he came in. He said, "Did this happen?" I said, "Yes." "Did this happen?" I said, "Yes." "Does he have anything to say about this?" He said, "No." Sign here, sign here. I signed here, sign here, sign here. He picked it up, crumpled it up, threw it in the freaking trash can, and said, "Get the fuck out of my office." So he was ordered to give it to me. He wasn't ordered to keep it. So good on the general. God love him. And he knew his place too. He knew not to screw up his guys over something so stupid as that. So that being said, if you haven't heard, a Secret Service agent assigned to Jill Biden accidentally shot himself in the leg. Actually, it was the ass at the Philadelphia airport. Now, mind you, if I was assigned to Jill Biden, I might shoot myself in the ass too, just to get out of that detail. But a U.S. Secret Service agent assigned to former First Lady Jill Biden accidentally shot himself in the leg at Philadelphia International Airport on Friday morning, according to police. Philadelphia Police Department said the incident happened shortly before 8:45 a.m. in the airport. Police said preliminary reports indicate the agent accidentally fired his gun. There's no accidents. I'm going to tell you this right now. There's no such thing as an accidental discharge. They're all negligent or on purpose. I'm leaning towards on purpose. Accidentally fired his gun while in an unmarked Chevrolet SUV near 1 PA Way access point to the Pennsylvania Tower outside of Terminal C. Secret Service said in a statement that Biden was not in the area during the agent's quote-unquote negligent discharge. See, they got it right. The Secret Service Office of Professional Responsibility will be reviewing the facts and circumstances of this incident, a spokesperson said in a statement. A witness told CBS News Philadelphia that it appeared the Secret Service agent was trying to get back into the into one of the SUVs when the gun went off. The agent was taken to Presbyterian Medical Center and placed in a stable condition. Police said no one else was injured. There was no disruptions to operations at the airport. Now, another report I had read said that he had dropped his gun on the ground. He went in to grab it, and then when he went to holster it, it went off. I don't know if it was a SIG 320. It could have been. Maybe it was. I don't know what the current weapon of choice for Secret Service is now, but I can't believe it'd be the SIG 320. Not after all of that. They're usually the first ones to get everything they want. So I can't imagine them going away from that. They were on Glocks for the longest time. But who knows? Maybe it was a 320. But even then, trigger's got to get pulled. You know, trigger's got to get pulled. Something's got to give. But me personally, I think the guy looked around, said, if I shoot myself in the ass, I won't have to go on this trip. That's my honest opinion on this one, and I laugh about it. But no, I can't imagine being on Jill Biden's detail. I honestly cannot imagine wanting to be there, staying there, and not. I mean, think about it. Where's your holster usually? You know? And he shot himself in the ass. I mean, what a lucky shot. That used to be called the lucky shot, getting shot in the ass, you know, because you're not going to hit anything important, really. You know? Imagine. What do you think, Cartier? She's like, I don't care, feed me. Is that guy going to shoot me too? So, which brings me to something else. Something else. Iran-linked Handala hacking group breached FBI and obtained Kash Patel's photos. Now, that's kind of a misleading headline. You know, FBI says it's aware of malicious actors targeting Kash Patel's email. Now, from what I'm understanding, it was not his official email. It was his personal email, which, Handala, an Iran-linked hacker group, has followed through on their threat to attack the U.S. Domestic Intelligence Service, the FBI, hacking Director Kash Patel's personal email. Handala said on Thursday it would carry out such a cyber attack, warning on Telegram that an FBI breach would be coming soon, quote unquote. You might be able to see Wolfie in there every once in a while. He is a Maine Coon, and a giant one at that. I'll call her doctor when she calls me, period. How's that? Speaking of that, 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of the program. Or you just think I'm a jerk, one of the two. Soon you'll realize that the FBI security was nothing more than a joke, the group wrote. On Friday, it posted several apparent photos of Mr. Patel and an old resume that seemed to be his. In a statement, the FBI said that it was aware of malicious entities looking into the breach of Mr. Patel's digital assets. We have taken all necessary steps to mitigate potential risks associated with this activity, the statement read in part. The information in question is historical in nature and involves no government information, the FBI said, adding that the State Department is offering up to a $10 million reward for information leading to the identification of the Handala hackers. Wow, it's good to be the king. The U.S. Department of Justice has not responded for requests for comment, but an official told Reuters the hacked material appeared to be genuine. Now, I'll put this up there real quick. This is the stuff they got. If you can't really see what that is, it's a bunch of old photos of him, like outside of an airport. There he is sniffing a cigar. There he is smoking a cigar. This is old stuff. I mean, he looks probably 10 years younger. So this is probably an old personal thing. You know, Wolfie just strolled across the camera like he owns the place, because he does. You know, the Telegram was deactivated or removed shortly after those posts, but a new account later emerged with another message. Handala shared various photographs from his cell, including him smoking a cigar. The hack comes after, days after Handala claimed the U.S. aerospace and defense company Lockheed Martin had been compromised. You know, that's I doubt it. I seriously doubt that. The manufacturer of the F-35, F-22 THAAD missile defense system and advanced electronic warfare systems could not even protect its own identity, the group said on Wednesday. In a statement to the National, a Lockheed Martin representative did not confirm that the systems have been compromised. Lockheed Martin did not confirm. I just want to make sure that came through clear. Lockheed Martin continues to carry out its mission-critical work in support of the American and allied warfighters around the world, the statement read. We are aware of reports and have policies and procedures in place to mitigate cyber threats to our business. It said that Lockheed Martin remains confident in its multi-layered information systems. So basically, it's more hubris. Here's the looks of those Telegram channels. FBI breach. Basically, they went into an old email of his with the password was password. You know, basically they pulled what's it called? What was his name? Oh, it's gone. It's gone. Hillary Clinton's associate that had kept his email password as password. John Podesta, that's what it was. Where China got into his email because the one he was actually using for government stuff is Gmail. Excuse me. And got in there and basically not took over, but got all of his stuff, you know, because he was using a password that was just simply password. Thanks, John. But that just goes to show you, even with all that stuff, it's just email, but be secure, be aware, you know, change your stuff. And in the days of two-factor authorization, there really shouldn't be any of this happening. It's very, very difficult to do any of that. So I don't understand why that would happen. So let's think about, I'm about to lose the Cartier cam because I think Wolfie's about to pull down the cord. Let's think about it. 202-503-2271 if you want to be part of the program. John Skirt-Padetta. Zesta. So what do you guys think? Why do you think the Secret Service agent shot himself? What do you think about the other things we've talked about? Are we out of Tomahawks? Do we care? How about, we've already talked about the drone, or we haven't talked about the drones. What about the drones? Remember the drones that came over that were just flying, the big, like, Volkswagen-sized drones? Did anyone ever figure out what those were? Because I haven't seen anything about that. But they're short range. Cartier doesn't even know. Nothing. Okay. Sorry you're late. 202-503-2271 for your beratement, sir. Not to worry. Not to worry. Good to have you. But we will be right back after a word from our sponsors. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below.
Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense, where we cut through the noise of news and politics with a sharp edge. Tune in every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a refreshing dose of reality. We fearlessly tackle the tough topics with no nonsense, just pure common sense. Visit shrmedia.com to discover where you can catch the Reaver in action. He is here to amplify your inner logic. He may not always be polite. He may not always be refined. But one thing is for sure. He always tells it like it is. The Reaver of Common Sense.
Attention, all patriotic women of faith. Yep, I'm talking to you, sis. Are you looking for high-quality, super soft apparel that reflects your love for country and your devotion to God? Look no further than Carry Girl Gear. Picture this. You rocking a tee so soft it's like being hugged by a cloud, all while showing off your love for God and country. Sounds dreamy, right? Well, welcome to reality, babes, because that's what we're all about here at Carry Girl Gear. We specialize in super soft tees, tanks, and more, designed specifically for the strong, patriotic woman who proudly wants to carry their message of faith and freedom. When you shop with us, you're not just getting a t-shirt. You're joining a community of like-minded women who are proud to wear their beliefs straight on their tees. So whether you're sipping sweet tea on the porch or leading the charge for faith and freedom, do it in a Carry Girl tee. Because life's too short for stiff, boring tees. CarryGirl.com, where faith and freedom meets fashion.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Even my dog is looking at me like I'm a fool. And that's okay. We're here. It's Saturday night. We got our beers. We got our Bullstein. And we have a phone call coming in. One moment.
Press to start the call to decline. Press call start the beep.
Welcome to Beer and Bullstein. Name in what state?
Well, second shot in a state of insanity.
Oh, hey, boss. How you doing?
How's it going?
Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well. We just got some breaking news.
What's that?
Oh, some ICE protesters were just arrested outside of ICE facility near Chicago, and I've got video.
Oh, that is outstanding. I didn't realize my day was getting better.
Absolutely, absolutely. What can I do for you, boss? What would you like to talk about?
No, I was just calling in to say hi. I haven't been on the show yet, so I figured I'd take an opportunity to do so as I'm running around between the outer edges of insanity and the inner edges of insanity. But, either way, I'm getting there.
Absolutely. And, once you actually just say that you're going crazy and admit it, you can just enjoy the ride.
Oh, yeah. 100%. It's easy. It's easier when you're already accepting of it. I keep telling people that I know. It's, in your 30s, you're still trying to fight it. The 20s, you're not even aware of it.
I don't even remember my 20s.
In the 30s, you're still trying to fight it. And you know it's there, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to be that person, right? And then you get into your 40s, and you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm just that person now.
Right.
I know I'm batshit crazy, and I'll just accept it.
I'm the guy that from King of the Hill, out on his lawn in his ball cap and his tidy whities with a 9mm stuck in it. Get off my lawn!
not the image of you on the unit on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, but I will take it.
You know what you're going to get from me when you call in here. So
yeah, no, I fully was aware of the consequences of my actions prior to it happening. So,
how is your big beautiful bald head?
Oh, it is gorgeous. And you know what? You're the first person to tip me for that, but you won't be the last.
No, I think there was a couple of women in the chat last night that kind of got a little squishy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a hot commodity.
You are a hot commodity, a hot tamale, even.
On the other side of the computer screen, hundreds of miles away, I'm not all that bad.
No. As long as we have that prophylactic barrier of the computer screen.
100%. So I wanted to get your insight because I touched on it a little bit last night on my show on Friday, which was weird for me, by the way. When you do a show that's not your normal show day, it's very odd. And there's no explaining it, but when you're so used to Monday and Wednesdays, and then you're like, oh, it's Friday, it's the end of the week, and oh, crap, I'm going to do a show.
Right.
And now I have to actually, kind of figure out where my brain is because I was already dipping into weekend brain.
You're already tuning out. Yep.
Yep. And then I had to, lock it in. And I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing that I didn't start drinking prior to the show. But either way, it worked out.
I'm drinking during the show. Is that bad?
No, it's fantastic, as a matter of fact. I do it on a fairly regular basis. I don't know if you caught the first part of my show last night, but when I sat down, I was like, oh, shit, I didn't pour myself a drink, essentially.
There you go. I was there.
So a couple things that I have to comment on. The dog camera is my favorite.
It is nice, isn't it? The Cartier cam?
Easy's dog cam is my favorite on his, too. Two best things to look at on SHR Media are the dogs.
Absolutely. It gives you something better to look at than me. So.
Yeah, no kidding. I should just borrow a dog for each show and just have a camera on the dog itself.
In fact, we'll just... there we go. I was just going to get rid of me.
Much better. Which, I mean, it's a complete upgrade right there. No questions asked, hands down. But I wanted to, you go to people who know, and I always, you hear me bitch on my show all the time about source documents. Go to the sources, go to sources you trust for information. Go to people that have been there, right?
Yep.
Source documents, when you're talking about the Constitution and stuff like that, obviously the source documents are the source documents. But one of the things that I harp on people is source documents, modern times, are actual reports and what you know to be true, or a place that you can trust. Not the source now, right? A source document. So if somebody writes a story and it's somebody you know it has good journalistic integrity, you know they put the work in and you know they don't bullshit you constantly, that can be a source of information that's acceptable, right? I mean, that's just here or there. It's why we say a lot on our shows about our opinion versus claiming to be a newscaster, right? And a lot of these YouTubers and these, especially these clickbait YouTubers, you know, they do a lot of that stuff where they kind of throw themselves out there like a news expert on something, or an expert not tied through watching history. In other words, like, yeah, you've been there, you've been in the sand, you've had things blow up around you. You are a far better source as to the military action going on in Iran than I am, because when I do my show, I'm just going on what's publicly available, right?
Roger.
But when we get into, and I want to talk to you about where you're seeing, everyone's talking about when we're going to get out of there, when we're going to, you know, how long is it going to go for? And of course, the left immediately, everything's a forever war, blah, 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 when they have no idea what the goal of the strike is and where it currently stands. So as you sit there today, beer in hand, beautiful dog sleeping behind you, where do you see this going? Where do you see this as far as long-term and short-term successes?
Long-term success, Iran has lost the ability to make a nuclear weapon permanently. The short-term goal to that long-term goal is going to, I think one of the success things is either Iran's going to have to turn over their yellow cake and all of their enriched uranium, or we're going to have to blow it the hell up. Now, mind you, I don't know this, and I'm air fingers quoting it. I don't know if you could see me or not, but
I can. I'm watching.
I don't know this for certain, but those Marines that are sitting out there in the strait right now may or may not have a unit called Seaburf with them, who are, how do I put it, employed in the handling of radiological materials.
No, I think you put that rather plainly.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I'd actually heard that too through another person I know that, much like yourself, is closely attached or spent a lot of time and still has friends in low places, so to speak. But
Marines are always in the low places. I'm just saying.
That's because, you know why they're always in those low places?
No, why is that?
Crayons are instilled down there.
That's true. You know, I know why my grandson's going to be a Marine. The first thing he did was come in, go, roar, eats his crayon and throws it on the ground and runs away.
Well, and that's a potential indicator. However, when he starts talking about which flavor tastes better, then you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, as soon as he starts dropping an oorah, you know, we're done.
As far as this military interaction compared to others in other administrations, where do you rate the Trump administration for letting the bosses in the military just be bosses in the military and trying to keep the politics aspect away from them?
Say that once again.
In a ranking, just compared to other military interactions under previous presidents, and you can pick whichever to contrast with, where do you rank this administration as far as getting out of the way once it says, hey, it's time for you boys to go and do your thing and gals, and getting out of the way and not necessarily trying to keep their thumb on every single thing the military is doing? In other words, let the warfighters do warfighters.
Oh, that's evident. That is 100% evident. Just in the sheer destruction that has happened over the last 4 weeks. If you look at Afghanistan, if you look at Iraq, you know, and you can do that through all the way back through Bush Jr. You have yet to see that type of sheer destruction and sheer coordination since the Gulf War, the first Gulf War. And I mean, that was all, basically a 100-day bombing campaign followed by a 3-day ground war.
Right.
Which, if anybody's counting, we're not even halfway through 100 days here. So, it comes down to is I think that we haven't seen this since Bush Sr., to be honest with you. And it really comes down to is they get out of the way, let the military do their job, which their job is to go to your house, kill you, and break your shit. That's it. We're not there for regime building. Right. We're not there for anything else.
Well, and the amazing part of something cheap that somebody brought up to me, this was a conflict that, as far as the Iranian people going, the conflict itself won the hearts and minds of them, so to speak. And we always hear about that, right? The hearts and minds, blah, 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 blah. They started under Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
But the reality of the situation is, by and large, the Iranian people wanted this. So you don't even have that aspect that a lot of other administrations kind of would have to take into account first. Now, obviously, all the Islamic extremists outside of them, they're pissed about it, so that's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Absolutely. That's how I know I'm doing the right thing, when I get people arguing with me in the comments. So
it just shows it's over. You get the most flack when you're over the target, right?
Exactly.
But as I watch this play out, one of the things that you don't see, now you see Pete Hegseth obviously doing a lot of pressures and stuff. That's his job. But if you notice that other than praising the troops, Trump has correctly deflected on all the questions as to goals, outcomes, opinions, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And he doesn't tip his hand either.
Well, no, he does the exact opposite. Actually, he's always playing poker.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't tip his hand. It's like when they're like, well, what are you going to do next? Well, you're just about to find out. Well, won't you? Why? So you can leak it to our enemies?
That shows you where the press has been in the past, right?
Exactly.
Asking that question, they were in the know during conflicts on such a high level, which was ridiculous in the past, that now they're pissed because they don't know.
Exactly. If you remember correctly, Geraldo got punched in the face and then kicked out of Iraq for trying to give troop movements live on CNN.
Literal, hey, this is what's happening tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and this is exactly how many tanks are going and this is what we're going to be doing.
Yep. They're going to flank over here, and dude, what are you doing?
And what's incredible, as stupid as that was, it still had zero impact with the Iraqis being able to stop them, which still to this day is one of the best things ever. It's like, no, they knew our plan and they still couldn't do shit about it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, that's just American ingenuity and American, just the superior accuracy through volume that we can bring, so. That, and I believe he was embedded with an M1 Abrams, tank battalion at that time, and there's really nothing that's standing up to that. Thankfully not anyway. But I mean, as we're sitting right now, thankfully we don't have that kind of heavy machinery on the ground, at least not in Iran yet. But hopefully it's not going to get escalated too far.
I will tell you, I want to give the Iranians a little bit of a hat tip because they have their own Tehran Tim and Matt Baghdad Bob from years ago.
Yes, they do.
Who's out there just saying absolute insane bullshit, and I'm here for it because it makes me happy.
Right? How many times has the U.S. SS Abraham Lincoln been sunk, and in which seas? I think it's 16 times that poor boat's gone down.
I've been taken out a few times. And then what was it the other day? The 6 amphibious landing boats were taken out full of Marines.
Oh, yes. Yes, I think
across the strait.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, you know what? The fun part about amphibious landing boats is just like World War II, the Marines have never been in them.
Yeah. They show up in their little armored semi-submersible tanks.
Yep. Or their hovercraft, that big ass hovercraft of theirs. That thing's cool.
Yeah. Do they even still have that anymore? I thought they phased that out.
They phased it out once it started dumping tanks off the back of it. So.
Oh yeah. You can't do that.
You know, shit happens.
I'm
It's the
not a
military.
expert, but I'm almost positive that's not good.
Yeah. Generally, tanks don't make good submarines. They make good coral reefs, but not good submarines.
LCACs, O2A and C, correct to be in the chat. LCAC.
LCAC, there you go.
Thank you very much, O2. I appreciate that. Do you realistically, and like I said, you're what, in 97 years, right? Something close to that?
I was from 96, yeah.
Yeah, no, 97 years total.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
From your time in Korea until you retired.
Back in my day.
You still react to the ping.
Ping.
Where do you, and like I said, I know this may not be your forte, but your expertise is definitely something that I'm interested in. Where do you see the Iranian defense, the IRGC? It's all the IRGC now, because I think pretty much the regulars are all kind of just like, yeah, we really don't want any part of this, but the IRGC is the only real functioning aspect of the Iranian government right now.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer do you think they can hold out?
As they're sitting there leaderless, I think that's going to be our new Al Qaeda. To be honest with you, it's gonna dissolve into that anyway. Or the new Taliban, so to speak.
Yeah. So you think it's going to end up being a guerrilla organization that's not everything said and done?
Yeah. Once it's all said and done, I think that's what it's going to end up as. I mean, their leaders are already like dropping them off at bases and saying, "See you, bye." And like you got privates deciding, what targets to strike. So that's kind of why the everything kind of escalated and shot into like different. Let's send drones into Turkey and all these other countries that had nothing to do with us. Had nothing to do with it. And now hate us.
And that's what's very transparent now is these IRGC special missile teams. They are without a leader, and they're all kind of acting independently with warheads.
Yep.
Which is kind of frightening. And I would say you look at a good comparison of Hamas to Hezbollah, their communication is much better than what the IRGC has right now.
True. My question is do they have access to the good stuff? That's my question. Do they have access to it, or have we cut that off?
Yeah. You notice we haven't seen any more long, medium-range missiles pop up in the last week.
Not in the last week, but that one that was last week, that kind of put the end to a whole lot of arguments, didn't it?
Well, it's amazing to me how that has quickly been pivoted away from among the leadership, among the Democrats in this country and leftist leaders throughout the world.
Oh, absolutely.
And I submit that we absolutely knew those were there at some point. That's probably what we were targeting.
Just like we knew that there were WMDs in Iraq.
Yeah.
And some people might say, "Oh, yeah, like there were WMDs in Iraq." No, I knew there were WMDs in Iraq. I watched them live on a feed, drive their asses into Syria.
I was going to say, and we know that there's a lot of them that went to both Iran and Syria.
Exactly. And then were used against us at later times because I actually got rid of chemical weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's interesting. The whole thing is, it's so amazing to not watch this war. I mean, we're starting to get more and more. I was talking about this last week on my show, how every conflict that we've seen, and I know people are like, it's not a world over. I understand that. I'm using a general statement.
Mm-hmm.
all of the recent conflict that we've seen, we've watched in real time, and we've had a tremendous amount of live video. I mean, you remember Shock and Awe 1 and 2, all of that stuff. It was all in real time. Even the original Gulf War, we watched in real time with CNN and the others that were on the ground in Iraq.
Yep.
And we're not getting that now. We're starting to get more because I think we're dropping phones in. I know that rumor has it Elon's turned on the Starlink.
Oh, yeah.
So we're starting to get more visual out of it. But isn't it kind of like almost like a weird step back in time to not just sit here and watch the whole thing play out in real time?
You know, it's actually kind of refreshing to know that OPSEC and ComSec are actual things now. And that's all changed since Pete Hegseth, became the Department of War Secretary. The whole mindset changed when they went from Department of Defense to Department of War, and just boom, all of a sudden, we're here. We'll let you know what happened.
And where do you, like I said, I know you still have friends. I know you still you're not getting anything you're not supposed to. Morale-wise, with all of these changes, how everything's been going right now, how everything has been starting up, and the overall success, and this has been a success. Like, the people saying this isn't successful make me laugh, because it's so we're being successful in what we're trying to do. You just don't like that we're trying to do it.
Or who's doing it.
Or who's doing it, exactly. Well, Orange Man bad.
Trust me, if Kamala Harris was doing this right now, they'd be like, "Oh, yes, girl, yes, queen, you go, girl."
It'd be the first election Chuck Schumer got in years.
Right? Without, he'd probably still need the blue pill. Let's face facts. But he'd be down in those damn things. Oh yes.
Is up in the attention, just so you know.
Oh my. Well, brother, we are actually beyond our time right now. So
I'm going to ask you one quick question. You don't have a choice.
Yes, sir.
I'm the boss. How do you think this affects the morale of the warfighters over there, and in general?
The downplay from the left, or just the actual war itself?
The entire approach to this conflict by the administration and the leadership.
Oh, they're jazzed, dude. They are jazzed. Yeah. I got buddies right now that are all just waiting to go. They're like, pick me, pick me, pick me. Let's go. I want to go do my job.
And I can actually do it this time.
Exactly. It's nobody wants to go fight a war, but if there's a war going on, you want to be the one to fight it. And there's Wolfie right there in front of Cartier, who is an absolute unit. Wolfie is. So.
Oh yeah, no. No, that is 100% a unit, no matter where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for letting me borrow your show. I'll let you do your outro. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for calling in.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. That was the boss, Sackhead Sean. You can catch his podcasts on Monday and Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Climb up. We're going to do our outro, baby girl. There we go. Catch him on Monday and Wednesdays at 11 p.m., 8 p.m. Pacific. The Reaver of Common Sense, Jersey Joe. He is on Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Earl Biggie Jackson on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I got to look. Oh, I always mess that up. There we go. Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I had it right. Tuesdays and Thursdays at noonish, the noonish hour at 12 p.m. Eastern. That would be 9 a.m. Pacific for all you right coasters or left coasters. And then BZ Berserk Bobcat Saloon, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. And, of course, you got me here at Beer Bullstein on Fridays and Saturdays, both at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm doing math in my head while I'm staring at my dog in a thing. She's very upset with me right now. Look at her. Anyway, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down there. Thanks to the good people at KLRN Radio for simulcasting this Much love, much love. And for all you people out there, make sure that you take care of each other, stay free, stay safe, and if you can't be good at it.